All right, in today's lesson, we will be covering lesson 2-2, equations with variables on both sides. If you remember or recall, on the previous slide, you saw a paragraph concerning the Future Engineers of America Club, the FEA, and they want to raise money for a field trip to the Science Museum. The club members will hold an engineering contest to raise money. They are deciding between two different contests, the straw bridge and the card tower contest. The straw bridge contest will cost the club $5.50 per competitor plus $34.60 in extra expenses. The card tower contest will cost $4.25 per competitor plus $64.60 in extra expenses. To help decide which contest to host, club members want to determine how many competitors they would need for the cost of the two contests to be the same. The first section that we will cover, our chunk, is questions 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. And number 1 says, write an equation that sets the cost of the two contests equal. Number 2, solve the equation from item 1 by using the algebraic method, showing each step, list a property of equality, or provide an explanation for each step. And number 3, model with mathematics. Interpret the meaning of the value of x in the context of this problem. I want you and your table mates to work on these 3 questions. I'm going to give you 10 minutes time. So go ahead, pause the video, and work on these 3 questions, 1, 2, and 3. All right, the answers to questions 1, 2, and 3 have now been provided for us. Let's talk about 1. 1, I had to go back to the word format of this, and it says the straw bridge contest will cost $5.50 per competitor. This is important. That means if there are 3 people, it's going to be $5.50 times 3. If there are 7 people, it's going to be $5.50 times 7. So whenever I write this up, I did $5.50x. And then I added $34.60 to that because those were my extra expenses. I did similar setup for the card tower. This one cost me $4.25 and then an additional $64.60. I want to move on to number 2. And my main focus is this step right here. Now, they said that the first line should have been the original equation, which is what we had down for number 1. Then it said, do the multiplication property of equality. Multiply each side by 100. So I multiplied everything here by 100 and everything on this side by 100. And the reason they do that, it eliminates the decimals. So now instead of working with decimals, we're working with fairly large numbers, but it's a little bit easier to deal with because I don't have to worry about where the decimal place is and what that. So they multiplied by 100 to move the decimal 2 places to the right in every single one of these. Whenever I finished working through the system, through the equation, I came down to a solution of x equals 24. And that led me to question number 3. Question 3 asked, what does the solution mean in the context of this problem? Well, now remember when we set up x was the number of competitors. So having x equal 24 means that at 24 competitors, both the straw bridge and the card tower's cost will be exactly the same. On to your debriefing.